The worst neighborhood in Baghdad, without a doubt, remains Sadr City, where on a single day, back in October, there were 9 separate bombings. I toured Sadr City with the general. This hotbed of radical Shiites is still a nest of vipers, where rogue elements within the community have so far refused to go along with the ceasefire declared by their own religious leaders. This is the last piece in Baghdad's security puzzle. This is the notorious Sadr City, home to almost 2.5 million of Baghdad's 7 million residents. If we can bring peace and security here, then we can start thinking about going home. Even here, in what is still the dark heart of Shiite resistance, our forces have begun the process of gradual engagement that is working so well elsewhere in the sprawling capital city. Walking and riding the narrow streets with Colonel Dan Barnett of the 1st Squadron 2nd Stryker Cavalry Regiment, I could see grudging improvement in the form of cleaner streets, open restaurants, and markets. You still get some hard stares, but one trooper, Captain Augusto Giacomin, surprised a group of young men when he walked up and started exchanging pleasantries in Arabic, which the aspiring journalist learned at West Point.
We're not getting in minimal hymn. Colonel Barnett pretty much tells all the soldiers, you make an effort to respect the culture and respect the people, then it really pays dividends.
The local guys were so impressed they bought us a cup of the sweet tea so favored in these parts. The officer in charge of war fighting around Baghdad, my live guest tonight, Brigadier General John F. Campbell, has also had to become part diplomat, mediator, and sectarian peacemaker, engaging the local power structure and trying to drive a wedge between the radicals and the regular people who just want to get on with their lives after almost 5 continuous years of often barbaric religious warfare.
The security, you think, is improved here in Sadr City?
North of the city in Taji, a mixed Shiite-Sunni area where savage sectarian violence made the land along the Grand Canal of the Tigris River run red with the blood of men, women, and children. The religious and tribal leaders have forged a seemingly impressive peace pact that has brought calm to the region. General Campbell and I walked the neighborhood with Staff General Jamal Ahmed of the Iraqi Army, alongside Sheikh Nadim, the Shia leader, and Sheikh Naji, the local Sunni chief. In June, these tribal leaders decided that reconciliation was a better way than the path al-Qaeda had imposed. One of the things that turned the local people against al-Qaeda was the brutality that they showed even against the Sunni sheikhs. This man, for instance, had 3 of his sons murdered. He only found 1 of their bodies. This man lost 2 of his sons to al-Qaeda, and these are Sunnis, presumably the base of the terror organization. So they have turned against al-Qaeda here in a big way. We walked the bridge over the canal where 2 years ago a busload of 63 Shiite police recruits were all massacred, and where until that June agreement, assassination was a daily occurrence. As General Campbell worked the crowd, meeting and greeting locals who've become friends, my only fear was thinking about the future, when the Americans have gone home, and these folks whose heads are filled with so many bitter recent memories are left to focus on the future. Back with Brigadier General John Campbell. Are we going to, what happens? Let me rephrase that. When we leave, are they going to start killing each other along religious lines again?
Well, Geraldo, when we take off, I think we'll have some sort of commitment here for a long time, but it'll be much downsized from what it is. But the Iraqis that I work with day to day tell me years ago they lived in harmony, and that's what we're hoping for here. And based on what I've seen, I think that's possible.
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 Probable?
I think probable. Time will tell.
What do you say to the politicians who said on the air and, in great public outrage that the war in Iraq was already lost?
Well, Geraldo, as you know, the war here, this counterinsurgency fight takes time, and it's all about the population. And the people have to stand up, and they're doing that now in Iraq here. So I think.
And what about the politicians, General?
Well, I'll stay in my lane here, but I would tell you that we still got a long fight to go. America should be very proud of its soldiers. We're very thankful for our families back in the States that sacrificed a great deal, but a long fight to go. They're doing great right now, though.
Speaking of families, Sergeant Tresley just had a baby, first baby, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see the baby.
This is my beautiful daughter that was just born yesterday. My wife, Lindsay, I love you and miss you. This is the newest member of the 138th Fires Brigade.
Okay.
Kennedy
All right.
Ann.
Bye, everybody.